I know you wrote a piece, one of the takeaways that Browns gave him little help yesterday. And you mentioned no game-breaking receiver. And I think that's fair. How important is that in this offense, in this system?
Well, I think on a weekly basis, it's not supposed to be really important. But I think against certain defenses, and if the game's not going your way, then I think it becomes more important. And you can point to that loss in the playoffs to Kansas City a year ago. It felt like everything was so restricted, and you needed somebody to make a big play downfield, and the guy just wasn't there. And at the time, you thought, okay, that's Odell, but now Odell's not here anymore either, right? So the field feels like it shrinks. New England did a good job taking away what the Browns wanted to do. Jarvis Landry isn't 100% healthy, and that hurts. Donovan Peoples-Jones is still a young guy, and it takes a little while for him to build up that speed, so he doesn't have the quite explosion. Yes, he can get deep down the field, but he doesn't have the explosion. Anthony Schwartz does, but he's still a young guy that doesn't have a whole lot of experience or catches. So, I think there's a way to game plan around that. But, again, it just feels like the margin for error is so small, kind of with everything the Browns are doing, and not having a game-breaking receiver, I think, adds to that.
Yeah, and even when Odell was here, I don't think you'd put him in that category for what the Browns were, for the way he was being used, at least. That there wasn't a feel that they were going to let him take the top off of this.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But at least I think the defense has had to think about it, and maybe they have to think about – I know they have to think about that less without Odell. But you're right, David. I don't know if that's just – Stefanski loves to use those 2 and 3 tight end sets. He likes to pound the ball. So when you do take your shots, they're real limited as opposed to, a Chiefs team or a Bills team that if you're throwing it 45 times a game, a bunch of those are going to be long throws. That's just how it works. But you're only throwing it 22, 25 times a game. It's a different mindset. And I think that's kind of some of the struggle.